It is an inflection point on obviously which direction our season can go. If you looked at or guessed 30 games in, and you're one game above 500, you needed some context on how you got there. And I think our last, whatever it is, 14 games, it's just been tough trying to find any type of momentum or consistency. And through that, you just can't lose spirit and belief that we're a good enough team to figure it out. Because this league is ruthless. This league is, it changes from window to window of what you kind of can fall back on. And you dig yourself a hole like that, sometimes it can be hard to pull out of. So we're right in that window where we can still regain some momentum. These next however many weeks before the break are pivotal, or else we're in a situation where we're chasing down the stretch and nobody wants to be there.
Steph, how does it feel to play against LeBron James for the fourth time on Christmas?
It's always a blast, like the competitive spirit, the history, his greatness. It allows me to just appreciate all that we've been through and all the battles back and forth, and the fact that in 2024 we're still doing it. And somehow the games are pretty electric and kind of that must-see TV type situation, and I love it. And I know, like, we've talked about it leading up to, and we'll probably talk about it till it's actually real. Like, you don't know how many opportunities you'll get to do it on this type of stage, so you kind of relish in it, and that's why it sucked so much to lose, just because these are kind of those moments that matter a little bit more.
Steph, just a moment ago in the Lakers locker room, actually, somebody asked LeBron, it's like, what is still great about NBA today? LeBron said, LeBron and Steph. So what's your answer?
That's a good answer. That's why we're playing today. Who knows what comes in the future, but yeah. Basketball I've been watching since I woke up this morning, all 5 games. I'm probably gonna watch the second half of the Phoenix Nuggets game, and I know our game stood out, so you feel privileged to be in those type of situations for sure.
You've talked a lot to us about the vibe of this team, even during this tough stretch, but how would you describe the morale of the locker room right now?
I'm sure everybody has a different answer, but I still have hope and faith and confidence that we can figure it out. So I'm built, and I feel like you go out there and you talk about it, but how you execute, how you show up on a nightly basis, the effort we're given, even considering what our record's been over the last stretch, it's a team that's desperate, trying to figure it out. It just hasn't gone our way. So until things change, you have to keep that mentality.
Do you think you'll miss one of the next 2 in this back-to-back?
Haven't talked to Rick or the staff yet. I know when the knee stuff popped up, that was part of the conversation. Obviously still dealing with it to some capacity, so I think how we've been approaching it, play the game, see how you feel the next day, figure out a routine. It wouldn't surprise me if I didn't, but it wouldn't surprise me if I got to play too.
How much is where the season has now gone, back to kind of an urgent moment where it feels like you need every night, will make it tough for you to selectively rest?
That's always been a part of the challenge, because I want to play every game. It's always been that way, and especially when, like you say, you're looking at the stands and the games matter, and it's more so just trying to get over the hump to have something to feel good about, and you want to be a part of that. So yeah, it's part of the conversation for sure. But you still have to consider the miles I have and where I'm at in the career. You got to still be smart.
38 points, a season high. What did you like about the looks that you got tonight?
Most of it, we it's still a little slower start. First 6 minutes, we're trying to get organized on offense and get the ball moving, play with a fast pace. Sometimes you don't know where the shot is going to come from, which is a good thing, for the defense, to put the defense on their heels. And then we got in a little bit more of a pick and roll type situations when I grabbed the ball in my hands and I had that little run in the second quarter. So finding that balance, we're still, I'm still trying to figure out that, and I think it was a little bit better tonight. Thankfully, shots go in, but you want to have a good combination of the volume and the type of shots. I think this was way better than last game, obviously.
Steph, obviously you like to read the game, see how the defense is guarding you, but with the struggles of the offense, can you really afford to have stretches of not being aggressive? I feel like tonight you weren't able to score as a team, and then you take 11 shots in the fourth quarter. Is that basically...
I took 11?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Is that basically a steady... Is that the diet you need, essentially?
No, you want it to be a little bit more consistent throughout the game, because the threat of me on the ball or off the ball shooting is always going to help us offensively. The teams are smart. They know how to game plan against us, to try to take away some of our pet plays and all that type of stuff. So that's what's been a struggle as of late, trying to counter that to where, I'm getting cleaner looks or, space to operate and getting that volume up a little bit more. But we're not built a certain way where I can just sabotage like a possession just because there's going to be help somewhere, and that's usually not the best look for us as a team consistently. Whether especially in the fourth quarter when the antennas go up of where I'm at at all times. So we're trying to find that balance. We talk about it all the time. Coach has been talking about it for the last week. Like, it's the puzzle we have to solve, and I have to solve.
Steph, Steve reflected a little bit before the game on how special it was to coach you and LeBron as teammates during the summer. Was there something about LeBron you learned this summer, and do you continue to marvel at, he'll be 40 in 5 days. He's a few years older than you are, and just how he keeps going at this level?
I was inspired, and I'm sure he was too, and motivated just by the work that he puts in. Seemed like he always beat me to the weight room or the gym, and I try to stay late to kind of even it out. It was like a really cool, like sometimes when you play against somebody and like KD, when he came, you don't get to see behind the veil of how somebody works throughout the year. Same way with Bron, I got to see how he works over the summer, and it was inspiring to know like somebody is as passionate about the game as you are, puts the time in to deserve greatness out there on the court, and just the energy we brought at practice, the little stuff that nobody sees. It was special for sure, especially at this stage of your career, because that's the only way we can keep doing it is if you are as obsessed and maniacal about the work that goes into it as you are about what happens in the 94 feet out there.
You joked, it's been a few years ago, where you said, I hope to be playing at 40, and now LeBron's going to be 40, and you're a few years away from that. I mean, do you just keep going, see how many years you can do it?
Yeah, it's not really the best approach is I talked about acknowledging and accepting like where you are, because it allows you to enjoy the moment. I'm not really focused on the hourglass that's going. I'm not in that type of mindset. It's just, I know I won't be able to play forever, and while I can at a high level, enjoy it.
I'm sure you're aware of how much fun the fans have to watch you when you warm up and when you have that routine. How do you manage to put that on the side and stay focused on your preparation because there's a game coming? And you're kind of saying you're obsessed, and that's how you manage to be that good for so long. But you don't look obsessed at all. You look like you're having fun, and you're not. You don't look like a psychopath basically when you do that. So.
Behind the scenes a little bit, but joy is a huge part of my approach to everything in life. So you're always gonna see me smiling, having fun. That stuff evolves in terms of how to enjoy yourself, not run yourself in the ground or do too much in pregame and all that type of stuff. But yeah, I'm always gonna have fun. If I'm not having fun, then I probably should quit because that's usually when I'm at my best.
One last one over here.
Hello, Stephen. How do you saw the Dennis performance the past week?
You talking about Schroeder? We know what he brings to our offense. I mean, our team in general, but mostly our offense. A guy that can handle the ball, get us organized, play pick and roll, create good looks. I think that's not what we do heavily, so we're trying to put him in positions where he's comfortable, but also him understand some of our pet patterns and actions that we do on offense. So there's definitely room to grow, but you've seen the things that the Minnesota game was a highlight of it, where I could play off of him a little bit, get us into some actions. I could get into pick and roll, a live dribble, all that type of stuff, and he was very sure with the ball. We want him to be as aggressive as he was in Brooklyn. That's what's going to help us even more, and I know he knows that, so I'm excited to see it keep getting better.
Great. Thank you.